Dela writes, my MVVs, welcome. How rivalry in polygamous marriages lead to self-destruction. Ebony allegedly rushed to the hospital in UK as her blood pressure rose uncontrollably, like her blood pressure skyrocketed in such a way that nobody could believe. First of all, she has always seemed like somebody that is doing absolutely great in a very good health and always happy. But of course, a lot of us do know that people put what they want you to buy online. And so the fact that somebody is dancing, jumping, and, acting as if life is in their palms online does not necessarily mean that is what is reflected in their real life. They said the friend that she has been having with the Ooni of Ife lately has caused a lot of damage in her health, that for no reason, just no reason whatsoever, Ooni of Ife got up one day and said that Ebony has, caused him a lot of problems, okay? And if that information is true, that he was no longer interested in, working with her. Now, working with her is, of course, their relationship and all of that. They said that was what he got up just one day and he started saying. And before this time, they said there was no problem whatsoever. If you know her online, she's one of those women that you would want to think that may just be the one who loves the Ooni of Ife most. And she's always singing praises of her husband, saying a whole lot of sweet things about the man and all of that. So why this would have happened is what nobody understands. But recently they found out that it has to do with a woman. Basically, everybody was thinking at first, especially members of the Ebony's family, they thought that whoever is attacking Olorinam is probably also attacking Ebony for that to have happened. But with the new discovery, it is looking as though the surrogate mom, who used to be her friend, has been, feeding the monarch with a negative one-sided story of what had happened, between them as friends in the past. Now, if you have been following this trend, there was a time before, that she was pregnant at some point with, she said twins, and they said the babies did not stay. Now, before she got pregnant with the twins, they said she's been looking for a way to get pregnant for the Ooni of Ife. She wanted them to have children and all of that. And she worked so hard. She's waited so long. You know that she's been in that relationship with the monarch for a very long time. Like, it's not something that just started when Naomi left. Even when Naomi was in the palace, they were in that relationship. That is Ebony and the monarch. And so, they said that, she's been looking for a child. And so one of these days, she spoke to friends and all of that. Of course, she now met this friend in the UK who was ready to carry the baby for her. And they said they were quite close, really, really close. As a matter of fact, it's a woman that she calls a mother in the UK, okay, a Yoruba woman that introduced that lady to her. And that lady became a very good friend to her, right? And so, after a very long time, the lady agreed that she was going to carry the baby for Ebony. And that was the first time that both of them came to the palace of the Ooni of Ife. When they came, the Ooni of Ebony had introduced the lady to the Ooni of Ife and, stated her reason for bringing the lady and all of that. But apparently at the time, the Ooni of Ife was not in tune with that, resolve. Like Ebony wanting another woman to carry a baby for her, that for the Ooni of Ife, that is surrogacy and all of that. No, they said the monarch turned it down. And as a matter of fact, they said the sisters of the monarch were the first person who said to Fiakwa that it would never ever happen, that royalty should be respected, things should be done the right way. And at the time, they said Kabiyesi had told Ebony not to bother, that when it will come, that God is the one who gives children. She should not be desperate and all of that, and that they would not use the lady. So now, the lady stayed in Nigeria with Ebony for 2 weeks, and they both left for the UK. That was what happened. That person that people have been talking about, the surrogate mother. Now, when they both left for the UK, they went to the UK. Everything was still looking good and everything. But Ebony did not know. You know that when Ebony comes, she's never in Nigeria. So when she comes, she's always busy going from one place to the other and all of that. But Ebony did not know that for some of those occasions that the lady had interactions with the Ooni of Ife and all of that, they said the lady really got to like Ooni of Ife, and Ooni of Ife kind of, maybe failed for the lady. Now, there's something that a lot of people would want to know about the Ooni of Ife. Ooni of Ife is a man about town, and he is good looking. And do not forget, he is young. With due respect, Kabiyesi, he is still a very young king. He's just turned 50. And then again, he is very, very wealthy. He is absolutely brilliant. Okay, one of the best kings. Look, forget what you see, everything on social media about Ooni of Ife is women. That king is a very brilliant king, yeah? And so women like him a lot. Women flock around him a lot. And then you see a lot of us who want to say, okay, they're doing that because of the luxury attached to being close to the Ooni of Ife. They are doing that because of and the pedigree attached to being close to the Ooni of Ife and all of that. Yes, is understandable, but women like him. They like his persona, okay? And so when the woman came, they said, however, they got to know each other, and then she left for the UK. And when she left for the UK, she continued having that relationship, that talk, and all of that with the Ooni of Ife. And they said the lady felt helplessly with the Ooni of Ife. But then again, if you see this lady, they said the lady is so pretty. Like, she has the complexion of that Ebony that you are seeing. Dark, Ebony, very, shapy with all the different, the lady is absolutely gorgeous. And for everybody, I don't understand why, that, Kabiyesi love pretty things and also love them when they are brilliant. You carry that kind of person to come and be a surrogate mother to you, and you introduce that kind of person, a Yoruba daughter, to Kabiyesi. I don't understand why. And they said that was how the relationship started. This relationship started between Kabiyesi and this woman. And over time, they said Ebony has dragged. No way. The relationship is getting even stronger and tighter by the day. But over time, Ebony discovered something in the UK, that the woman that she calls mother in the UK, my mama in the UK, that woman is the grandmother to this girl. And basically, the woman was trying to use Ebony to get this girl into the life of the Ooni of Ife. And that kind of betrayal is something that Ebony does not want. And Ebony said, no, because I know that this has always been your intention. So if you carried my baby, you probably would have given it back to me, or will have issues and all of that. That it will never happen, not as I live. And there's been this altercation the entire time between this girl and Ebony and the Ooni of Ife, as it is rumored though and alleged, okay, that this wahala has been there the entire time between this woman, Ebony, Ooni of Ife, and the grandmother. Now, do not forget that the following content is based on rumor and speculation found on social media. It's not been verified and should not be taken as fact until, it's verified, okay? And so they said this katakata has been going on the entire time. While Ebony is trying to get a grip of her husband is tilting towards this girl. And right now they said the relationship is full blown and that the girl is likely going to be coming home soon. And they said this happens to be the reason why it looks as though Ooni of Ife is estranging himself from Ebony. And they said this has bothered Ebony so much that her blood pressure rose badly and she landed in the hospital. That this is exactly what is going on. And you see, something like this could just be a cycle, because it was almost the same thing that Ebony did to Olori Naomi, and it does seem as if it's returning back to her. Now, you see, when you see people cry over certain disturbance in their life, you need to understand that it is because of how it aches them, it pains them. What Naomi went through is what you are going through now. And you see how painful that is. This is what we are hearing. I'm going to bring you more update. Do not forget, these are all alleged, rumored, and speculated information making the rounds on social media.